Kia ora once again, some wet weather making its way on towards the far southern and western parts of the country. A satellite picture really helping to tell that story. That rainfall in amongst this cloud down in the far south there, pushing in towards Fiordland, and it's going to be the introduction as well of some colder air back, not just to the far south, but right across the Southland and even creeping up towards the Northland as we head through the week. Up north, you can see clearer skies out towards that western side of the Northland. More cloud, though, on that eastern coast. As we head through the rest of this afternoon, we'll carry on seeing that wet weather pushing in towards Fiordland. There is a heavy rain watch out for those areas. We'll also see showers springing up through parts of Otago, Canterbury, and also up in towards parts of Waikato and perhaps those southern parts of the Auckland region as well. And some of those will be heavy, perhaps even with the odd rumble of thunder as well. So worth keeping an eye on the radar charts. The wettest weather though down through Fiordland, where we have got that heavy rain watch. You can see through the night time, those daytime showers die away. We will find as well that wetter weather over the eastern coast is also starting to clear off as well. As we head through the night time, our temperatures are still up into the double figures for many of us, but we are going to see a real change. As these cold fronts run in from the south, we'll find colder temperatures back for many of us as we head in towards Friday and the weekend. Worth keeping a close eye on the forecast for those temperature-prone spots. As we go through in towards Thursday, we'll carry on seeing this front move northwards. Again, showers springing up across parts of the Northland, wet weather on towards the western coast. It's this southerly change, though, that runs up through Otago and Canterbury, which is set to bring a fairly dramatic shift in the weather. Stronger winds, thunderstorms, and even some hail, and a real drop in those temperatures as we head through the afternoon as well. Well worth keeping an eye on the forecast. Also seeing the winds increasing around the likes of Marlborough Sounds and in towards Wellington. And again, we've got a few showers across the Northland, still with that risk of a few of those bringing some thunderstorms as well. So let's have a look at the Northland. We'll find a better day on that eastern coast. Still a little bit of patchy cloud from time to time, but generally a brighter story there as we go through the daytime. We'll find a bit more cloud building up from, say, the central plateau right the way up towards Northland, and some showers developing, particularly towards that eastern side of Northland and around this eastern part of the Bay of Plenty. And some of those could be fairly heavy, particularly these ones in the east here, perhaps with the odd rumble of thunder and perhaps even some hail through there as well. But you can see as we go down towards, like, so say, Wellington and Wanganui, it's a dry start, but we'll have that cloud pushing back in as we head through daytime. Perhaps an odd shower about the top of Mount Taranaki and also the Tauranga Range, a bit of drizzle more than anything else. But really, as we head through the daytime, that cloud will increase for, say, Wellington and that western side of the North Island. In terms of our temperatures, widely back up above 20 degrees Celsius, 23 degrees Celsius for the North Island looks to be our top temperature. But we're set to find some warmer temperatures down on the South Island. So as we head across Cook Strait down towards the south, the best of the brightness through parts of Nelson, Marlborough and down through Canterbury, a fine looking start to the day. We'll find the cloud increasing from the south, and you can see we've got a fair bit of cloud and wet weather on that western coast. That watch for Fiordland runs right the way through to about 11 a.m. on Thursday. But you can see that wet weather is creeping northwards up the eastern coast. It's a fairly brisk front that runs up and across us. It brings with it that risk of thunderstorms through parts of Canterbury and Otago. Bringing that as well, the risk of some hail, and these are quite squally thunderstorms, so quite gusty as well. And those winds generally increasing, so a rather windy story down towards the likes of, say, Southland and Otago. Once this front clears through, in that cold air as well, it's going to make it feel fairly chilly, and I think we are going to find some showers sticking with us down in the south as well. But it's this southerly change that runs up, reaches the likes of, say, Christchurch by about 8 o'clock, which is going to be a very dramatic change in our temperatures, and also squally thunderstorms to watch out for. So well worth keeping up to date with the forecast. Now, if you've got things to do, perhaps get them done in the first part of the day for the likes of, say, Christchurch northwards. Here we are as we look at those temperatures, give a bit of an idea of how important that northwesterly ahead of this front is going to be. Top temperatures in Christchurch, 27 degrees Celsius. Warmest spots, though, up towards Blenheim, 29 degrees. It's worth saying, though, although we'll find our highs of 27 in Christchurch, it will be dropping down pretty quickly once those winds turn around to the south. So we'll find our temperatures back down to 17 or so once that change in wind direction comes through, that cold air up and across us by evening time, and the temperature continues to drop as we head through in towards the night time, leading to a cooler feeling at Friday. Temperatures in the parts of, say, Canterbury around about 14 degrees Celsius. You can see, though, that cold air, that southerly wind is right across the Southland, and best of the brightness down the western coast for Friday. The wet weather, though, transfers up towards the Northland, and this developing area of low pressure is set to bring that wet weather back on towards the eastern coast. So for places like Hawke's Bay and Tairawhiti, even through in towards Saturday, this low pressure continues to sit with us. Down in the south, fine weather returns for Saturday, a fine looking story there, but this low pressure sits and lingers around this northeastern corner, keeping that feed of wet weather in towards Hawke's Bay and Tairawhiti. So we have got a watch out for heavy rainfall there as well, which runs from Friday through Saturday and even in towards Sunday as well. So we're still going to find some wet weather there. We may well find this gets upgraded to an orange warning as we head through tomorrow for Thursday, but it is looking like a wet weekend on that eastern side of the Northland, so well worth keeping an eye on the forecast. Elsewhere, we've got those cold temperatures to watch out for, so there's plenty happening, a fairly active end to the week. And as always, you can find the forecast for your area and any updates on these watches and warnings at metservice.com.